Before the world wakes up, champions are already in motion. While most people hit snooze, world-class athletes are setting the tone for their entire day. But their morning routine isn't random, it's intentional. From mental priming and hydration to mobility work and focused planning, every action has a purpose. In this video, we're breaking down the morning routine of world-class athletes and how these small early habits create massive competitive advantages over time. They wake up early, but not just to wake up early. Most world-class athletes are up between 5 and 6 a.m., but the time itself isn't the point. What matters is what waking up early gives them: silence, control, and a head start on the day before the noise of the world kicks in. LeBron James is known to wake up early and protect his mornings fiercely. Serena Williams built her dominance partly through strict morning discipline. Roger Federer structured his mornings around sleep quality and intentional waking. These athletes don't rise early to suffer. They do it because the morning is the only time of day entirely theirs. When you wait before the demands of coaches, media, teammates, and family, you have a window to prime yourself physically and mentally. That window is everything. Early rising also syncs with natural cortisol peaks in the body, which means your alertness and physical readiness are naturally higher in the morning hours. Top athletes understand this whether they read the signs or not. They feel it and they build around it. Hydration before anything else. The first thing that goes into most elite athletes' bodies in the morning isn't protein. It isn't caffeine. It's water. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, the body is mildly dehydrated. Blood is thicker, brain function is slower, and muscles are primed. World-class athletes drink water immediately upon waking, often 500 ml to a full liter, sometimes with electrolytes or lemon. This simple habit jumpstarts metabolism, improves cognitive clarity, and gets the digestive system moving. NBA players, Olympic sprinters, professional footballers, across every sport, hydration upon waking is one of the most consistent habits you'll find. It's not glamorous, it's not expensive, but it creates a biological foundation for everything that follows. Skipping this step means you're training, thinking, and competing on a slightly compromised system. And at the elite level, slightly compromised is the difference between winning and losing. Movement before the real training begins. Elite athletes don't just jump from bed to full training. There's a transitional layer of movement that prepares the body: light stretching, mobility drills, foam rolling, or a short walk. This isn't their main workout. This is the warm-up to the warm-up. Cristiano Ronaldo is famous for his structured morning movement routines. Many NBA players use early morning yoga or stretching sessions before full team practice later in the day. This phase serves multiple purposes. It increases blood flow, loosens joints and connective tissue, reduces injury risk, and psychologically shifts the athlete from rest mode into performance mode. The body needs a signal that it's time to work, and morning movement sends that signal clearly. For regular people, this might look like a 10-minute stretch or a short walk. For a world-class athlete, it might be 45 minutes of targeted mobility work. Either way, the principle is the same. Ease your body into the day with intention. Mental priming, visualization, and focus work. What separates good athletes from great ones is often not the physical, it's the mental. And world-class performers invest in their mental state every single morning. Visualization is one of the most widely used tools. Athletes mentally rehearse their performance, picturing exact movements, scenarios, and outcomes with vivid detail. Michael Phelps famously visualized his races so thoroughly that when unexpected things happened during real competitions, he had already practiced handling them in his mind. Beyond visualization, many athletes use journaling, meditation, or breathing exercises to clear mental clutter and anchor their focus. This isn't soft or optional, it's performance science. When you prime the brain before training, the training itself becomes more effective. Neural pathways are activated, confidence builds, and anxiety reduces. Strategic nutrition, not just eating breakfast. World-class athletes don't eat breakfast casually. Their morning meals are built around their training schedule, their sports physical demands, and their individual metabolic needs. A marathon runner's morning nutrition looks completely different from a powerlifter's, which looks different from a tennis player's. But across all of them, the approach is strategic, not random. Timing matters. Eating too early before high-intensity training can cause discomfort, while eating too late can mean training on an empty tank. Macronutrient balance matters. Carbohydrates for energy, protein for muscle maintenance, fats for sustained fuel. Many athletes work with sports nutritionists to map this out precisely. What this means is that the question for elite athletes in the morning is never, "What do I feel like eating?" It's, "What does my body need to perform today?" That shift in thinking, from desire to function, is a massive part of what makes them world-class. Cold exposure and recovery tools. Cold showers, iced baths, and contrast therapy are becoming increasingly common parts of elite athletes' morning routines, and for good reason. This isn't just a passing trend. Research shows that deliberate cold exposure has real benefits for both the body and mind. Stepping into cold water in the morning activates the sympathetic nervous system, which helps increase alertness, focus, and energy levels. It also boosts dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, which can improve mood and motivation right at the start of the day. Physically, cold exposure helps reduce inflammation and supports faster recovery from previous training sessions, making it especially valuable during long, grueling seasons. Athletes like Wim Hof have popularized the practice, inspiring teams and individual performers to adopt morning cold routines. Today, many top football clubs, basketball teams, and Olympic programs include cold showers or ice baths as a standard part of their morning preparation. Even brief sessions, just 2 to 3 minutes in cold water, can produce measurable improvements in mental sharpness, focus, and physical readiness. For athletes who endure intense training over weeks and months, this small daily practice can be the difference between arriving at practice stiff, sore, and sluggish versus sharp, energized, and fully prepared to perform. In short, morning cold exposure primes both the mind and body, giving athletes an edge before they even step onto the field or court. Review, intention, and planning. Before the chaos of a training day or competition day begins, elite athletes take time to review their goals and set clear intentions. This might mean sitting with a coach for a brief discussion, reviewing the day's training plan, watching footage from previous performances, or simply spending a few quiet minutes mentally listing what they want to accomplish. This habit keeps athletes from moving through their days on autopilot. Every session has a purpose. Every drill connects to a larger objective. The world's best performers aren't just working hard, they're working with direction. This clarity, established each morning, means effort is never wasted. It also builds accountability. When you've stated your intention at the start of the day, you're more likely to follow through when things get hard. Greatness doesn't start in the spotlight. It starts in the quiet hours of the morning. If this inspired you, hit like and subscribe for more performance-driven insights. And watch the next video to see how you can build a champion-level routine of your own.